So today we are solving Codeforces Problem Difficulty Level 1400. So I am solving these four problems: 1654C to 1634B. So this is first problem: Alice and the cake. So I has a cake and she is going to cut it. She will performing the flowing n minus one times. Choose a piece of cake. Initially the cake is in one piece where the weight is greater than 2, and cut it into two smaller pieces of weight w by 2 with lower bound and w by 2 upper bound. Okay, floor and ceiling function respectively. After cutting the cake in n pieces, she will line up these n pieces on a table in an arbitrary order. Let ai be the weight of the ith piece in the line. You are given an array. Determine whether there exists an initial weight and the sequence of operation which result in a. Okay, we are giving all the pieces that she cut in n minus 1 operation. So we have found that they can come from a piece of cake or not. Okay, so what are given is we are given wait a minute, it is good. So we are given n pieces a1 to a. Okay, so I can say that uh, if it like n is e1, then it will be w by 2 w by 2, like n by 2 n by 2. Some, like if it is weight is 4, then it will cut in pieces of 2 comma 2, 2 and 2. If it is 3, then she will cut the pieces into 1 comma 2. Okay, so I can say that the weight is always be constant, means the this weight is equal to the sum of these weight will be equal to the weight of the whole cake, the initial cake, the one cake. Okay, so I can get the weight, that is summation of all ai's. So this is the weight. Now I will start cutting. So what I will do, I will create two multiset. Okay, two multiset, let's say a and b. A, for this one I will store all the pieces C had, and now in the B I will store only one element, that is the weight of the whole cake. Now I will start cutting. Okay, so I will take out the first element and cut this one. So I will cut into two pieces, w by 2 and w minus by 2, and sorry, w plus 1 by 2. So it will be similar to this. This will be the lower bound and this one will be the upper bound. Okay, now, okay, before cutting I will see, let's now the weight is, okay, wait a minute. So first of all I will check, like, the now the weight is at, and after some operation the weight is, let's say, C. I will check if C is present in this multiset or not. If it present in this multiset, then I will erase that element from this multiset and I will erase this also. Then this means that I have find this piece is not further cut. Okay, so this piece is not going to cut further. Okay, now I'll take another. If it is not, let's say I will take the another, that say the piece weight is D. Now first of all I will check if it is present in A, that is it is already present in A, that if it is, then we don't cut it further, and if it is not, then I will cut it. That will be two pieces, that is W by 2 and W and D plus 1 by 2, and I will insert back this into my multiset B. Similar same process will be going on. So I will surely say that the minimum weight at this time is D. Let's say I am checking for the D by 2. Okay, now if the minimum weight of the weight of the minimum piece is, let's say here is 5, and D by 2 comes out for me is 2, or let's say it is 4, then I will definitely say that I this piece cannot be, so I can say that this is an invalid operation. So if 4 is come, then I will definitely show that then I will can't find all the pieces of A because it is already the lower. So if I divide further, then it will be go beyond lower. Okay, so then it will give me that we can't cut the pieces that will be given into A. So yeah, this. Okay, so let me write the code. So we have to do these simple things. We have to just only create the two multiset, and for at every step we have to check if it is present or not, or if it is minimum then the smallest element or the smallest weight of the A. Okay, so let code. This okay. We have n and vector. Okay, 10 to the power 9, so it is okay. I will take long. Oh, it is. I will take two multiset A and B, and I will take all the A pieces. Okay, in X, C in X, and I will want to find the total weight. Long because 10 to the power 9. Okay, long total weight. Weight initial is 0, and I will first adapt the weight and insert into the multiset A. Multiset, what happened? Okay, A dot insert X. Okay, now I will insert B. I will insert B in B, that is W, that is the weight, and int min of A. So the minimum element of A, I need to find out this one, and minimum weight of A will be minimum weight of A and X, the current piece. So I will say while A is greater than 0, or I say B is greater than 0, I will star. This will be always greater than 0. I am 0. Okay, now first of all I will take out the weight. Now in current weight it is good, then I will take out because it is long. This weight is long. Now the current weight, I will take the begin of B dot begin. Okay, and I will erase this weight initially from the B. Now I will check if current weight is smaller than minimum, then I will need to return no. Then I will say, or I will say I will take a some boolean value that is always true. Then I will say if it is smaller, then I will say it can't be, so it is will be false, and I will break out from the while loop. Now else if the two new pieces will be there, then P1 is current by 2. Before that I need to apply an operation that is current plus 1 by 2. I will search for in. So if A dot count, A dot find, I will find it into the A. If it is not equal to A dot, and if it is inside the A, then I will erase this one and will continue. Okay, if it is not, if we doesn't find it into A, then I will create two pieces and insert into B. B dot insert P1 and B dot insert P2. Okay, now if B dot size is equal to 0, all are empty and a dot size means I found all the pieces of a, then I say yes, it is possible, else I will say it is not possible, and I will say yeah, this case is come, we don't need to solve because then a, that is the a will be not be 0, size of a is not will be 0. Okay. What happened? I'm 14. Okay. B dot 0 and I will say b dot size is also greater than 0. Man, what happening? B dot is b dot begin if current is less than minimum. I will say this one will gonna happen. If it is not, I will erase this one. If it is, we found it. If we don't found it, I will cut the piece and insert into the this one. This must be true. How many test cases running? Wait a minute. I will taking the n, then the n elements. I will come up with the weight. Now, if it is yeah, this will be good, and we will find into the a. And then I will cut into the two pieces p1 and p2. I think that finds. Yeah, in the second operation it is not working. Maybe some issue. Yeah. So let me check for this operation. It is not giving any answer. It may be not able to. Okay, let me check what is the current at each time. Man, what is min a? Ouch. That's okay. 4 1 10 0 then 705. Okay. What is min a? So the brake will not working, I think so. It is exceeding min of, oh yeah, because that is maybe oh, int max. Sorry, my bad. Okay, sorry. Yeah, here we go. Sorry, that will be int max. Yes, no, I think so. Same pattern I see. Expect of this. Okay. Hope so it is working. Yeah, it is. So this is the second problem. We are just given ego has a table of size n cross m with line number from 1 to n and column are from 1 to n. Each cell has a color that can be represented from a integer 10 1 to 10 to the power 5. Let us note the cell that lie in the intersection of rth row and cth column. We define the Manhattan distance between the two cells R1 R2 R1 C1 to R2 C2 as the length of shortest path within them, where each consecutive cells in the path must be have a common side so it can go. Okay, so he would decide to calculate the sum of Manhattan distance between each pair of cell of same color. Okay, so okay, let's solve this problem. First of all, we are just given a grid. Okay, let's say we have a grid. Okay, yeah, it is a nice grid. First time I draw this that much nice grid. Okay, so each having some color. Let's say it has one color, it has one color, it has one. Now I have to sum, like let's say, so first of all I can say that number of cell is less than 10 to the power 6, 10 to the power 5 or 6. It is 5. It is 5. Yeah, that is okay. It is 5. And also the number of colors, number of color is also 10 to the power 5 max. Here it is given 10 to the power 5. So what I will do, first of all I will segregate according to the number of color. Okay, okay. So I will create a vector of vector. I will create a vector. This will give me a vector of vector. Okay, I will create a vector first of all. What I create, vector of pair. Let's say I will create a vector of pair. Vector of pair. Don't be confused. So what I'm doing is I am creating a vector of vector of pair. Okay, for the segregation. Okay, so and its size will be maximum colors, that will be 10 to the power 5. Okay, so let's say this cell is having color 1, so I will say push this in the first one, push this cell, that is A comma B. Similarly, for if having color 2, then for color 2 push A and B. So what we will get at the end? At the end I will get a, for each color I will get a vector, that is a pair of a vector, that will be x and y. Okay, now I have a vector of pair x and y. Let's for this example, now I'll segregate all the color, and I have the pair which pair having the colors. Okay, like one color having 2 3 1 4, all the pair which having the one color, I have in a vector. Because the color is not so much large, 10 to the power 5, so I can easily create a vector of 10 to the power 5, so it's not a problem. And also the number of cells is also not so much, that is also 10 to the power 5, so I can easily treat all the cells. Okay, after that what I will do, let's say I have one color of 2 comma 3 5 comma 6. Now I have to find the sum of each vectors. Okay, that I want. What I want the sum of length and distance between the each pair of cells between same color. So I already segregated according to the color. Now I only want the length and distance sum between each of the pairs. Let's say this and 4 3. For color 1, these three cell having the color 1, so I want sum from, let's say this is pair 1, this is p1, this is p2, this is p3. So sum of each cell will be p2 distance from p2 p1, and distance from p3 p1, and distance from p2 p3. So that will be give me the distance from every cell, from the each cell. Okay, from p1 to each cell, p2 to each cell, p3 to each cell. Okay, like P from P3 I will get P1 and P2. For P2 I will get P1 and P3. Same for P1 I will get P2 and P3. So all the distance will be here. So if I find out the distance, so Manhattan distance is basically is x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus y1. So if we see this equation, you can say that these both are independent. These both x and y are independent, so they are don't type of independent. So they don't depend on each other. Okay, so I can easily separate them out, and like I will first of all sum of all the x's and sum of all the y's, and if I sum, then this will give me the same result. That will be not a problem because they don't depend on each other. Okay, so I have vector of a pair. So now I will create two vectors, vector x. Okay, let me use the pen, otherwise it will be a mess. So I will create two vector, that is vector x having the x value. I will create from the, because initially I have only one vector, that is a pair. So I will create on like for this example, so x value will be 2, 5 and 4. Similarly for y vector, I will create two vector from this vector, because it will be easy to get the result. Okay, then it will be 3, 6 and 3. Here we go. Now add, now we are just breaking the problem. Now we reach to the end point, or I say the last point. So we have a vector, let's say it be x, it having the value 2, 5, 4. Now I need to find out the x2 minus x1 for each pair, for each xi xj I need to find this. So I can say that now if I sort this, that is 2, 4, 5. Okay, then this we now we don't have to take care of about these the absolute value, because the, like let's say this is I and this is j, so j value is always greater than I because I already sorted. Okay, so and it will be in the complexity, because the total number of cells will be 10 to the power 5. So n log n, that will be the sorting time, and it will be in the range. So TL is not a problem. So basically now we have to calculate x2 minus x1, that we want to calculate, and this we want. So from here we can do with two in two methods. So first one is using the prefix sum, because everyone know about the prefix sum, and second one is a little bit tricky. Okay, so how can we do for the prefix sum? So let's say I have a vector 2, 4, 5. So I can say that sum of all, like which having the 2 will be, sum will be 4 minus 2 and 5 minus 2. Okay, so this will be, I can say this will be 4 plus 5 minus 2 into number of terms, that is 2. That is sum of all these number that is greater than 2 and minus this element will be comes in how many numbers of time, the number of time they are, the number of the elements. So element will be 2, this will be give me the sum. Same here. Now for if I come at 5, sorry at 4, now my index increases and I will come out at 2 at 4. Okay, for 4 the sum will be sum of all the elements that is are great. Let's say it have one more element, that is 6. So it have sum will be 5 plus 6 and minus 4 will become 2 times. Okay, so we can use this by taking a prefix sum. So I will take up or make array or make a variable, that will be also fine, that will contain the sum of all the element from the backward to the current I. Okay, okay, because if I'm using calculating like I and j, then it will be of n square, then it will be like 4 2 5 4, or I have 6 this array. And if I'm not using the prefix sum, I'm using the brute force, that is I will take I and j and calculate the sum. That will be give me complexity of n square, so that will definitely give me TLE. Okay, so first is very simple, and I hope everybody know about the prefix sum. So this will be same as prefix sum. So we need to just take a variable and take out the sum from the last one to here one as we going on. So I will subtract, like I have 2 4 5 6. If I am at here, so let's say the sum will be that much, like 4 5 6, that will be 9 9 15 or to 17. Okay, that is 17. So I subtract, if I am this I, so first of all I subtract this I from the total sum, that is 15, it will remain 15. So 15 is the sum of all these. Now when I come to this I will again subtract the current I from the remaining sum, that is I minus 4. This will be 11, so 11 will be sum of this. So we are just using simple one element, one variable, that is prefix sum, we can use calculate the array in of and time. Now I'm saying that we can also calculate by using two sum, by another two methods. So first method is prefix sum. Okay, now second method is a little bit tricky. Okay, so I will find out, like this is 2 4 5 6 7. Okay, and index is from 0 to n minus 1 2 3 4. So n is equal to 5. So I will say sum will be x2 minus x1, and x of j minus x of I can say that. Okay, now I will say for each element, let's say I am at this element, I is equal to 0, how many times this I will come in this variable, and how many times this will come into this one. Okay, so I will say on the jth form, this will become n minus 1 minus ith number of times, and here it comes I number of times. So first of all, like, okay, so first of all, uh, let's calculate why it is this, or why it is uh, in the x it will come xj minus xi. In the j, okay, sorry, this is wrong. In the j, in this term, in like in this form, okay, like we have calculated this sum. Okay, so xj minus xi for all I to j. So what I am trying to find out, that each element how many times this will come in this form, that is great, how many elements that is, or higher, that will be a good, you will understand easily how many like how many are element that is smaller than xj, that is like if I say this at position I, so how many are elements that is smaller than I, that is I. Okay, so this will come at I, because xj minus xi holds when, like xj minus xi is hold when xj is greater than xi. Okay, that one that we are just doing. Okay, so xg is how many time it is greater from how many elements, that is one, only one element, that is if I say I'm using I, then it will be I, then it will be for two elements it is greater than, and it comes to minus, that means for how many element it is smaller. So if this is I, then that much element it will be smaller, and that much element will be n minus 1 minus I. Like for this I is equal to 1, so that is will be n minus 1 will be n will be 5 and minus 1 will be 4, 4 minus 1, that will be 3. It is smaller than 3 elements. Yeah, that is n minus I. So each elements come that much number of time for any I. Okay, so if I calculate this one, it comes out minus n plus 1 and plus 2i. So I will say 2i minus n plus 1. Each element, that is the ith element, come that much number of times. So what I will do is I simply take this formula and multiply a of I, that is this value, a of I into this one, and moving on. So I don't have to take the like prefix variable. So it is also good, and it both are good, but we are just doing because I already sorted. So I already say that we don't have to take about the absolute value, so that will be open will be, because what I and j is in the brute force. If I write I int I is equal to 0 to I less than n, I plus plus, and for int j is equal to I plus 1 से लेके j is less than n and j plus plus, that is. And from I and j I calculate how many times this number come to this form at j x of j, and this number come from x of I, that will be I and n minus 1 I. That is the number of that are smaller than this element, and for this number of element they are greater than this element, and this come out. Okay, so using this formula I can easily do that. Hope so it will be clear. If you don't understand this one, this is okay, perfectly fine. You can do by this the prefix sum. Okay, so let me code this problem. Okay, so what I have int n comma m, int n comma m, taking int n comma m. Okay, so for int I is equal to 0, I less than, or I will say for I is equal to 1, I is equal to n, I plus plus, I will taking the grid, and it will giving me the color. So in color, the color of I comma j is this this color. So I will take a vector of pair, vector of vector, vector of pair of int comma x, that will be I will say c, and its size is let me define int max is equal to 1 e to the power 5 plus 10. Okay, c is 10 to the power 5. Okay, that is completely fine. I already created c. No, one more basically I need. So c of color having push back, if I having this I comma j. Okay, now I will iterate over I is equal to 1 to I is less than maximum I plus plus. So I have a vector of pair of int comma int. I will say now this is the current element, that is c of I. Okay, now I will separate it out into two vector x and y. So I will iterate over j is equal to 0, j less than n, j less than current dot size, and I j plus plus. So x dot push back current of j comma first one, it has a pair, so first one is x and second one is y. So let me push back, and second one is y. Now I have two vector x and y. Okay, now I need to sort them, x dot begin and x dot end. Same thing I need to do with y. Okay, now I will use the formula, this formula. So long now current answer is 0. I will iterate over for int I is equal to 0, I less than x dot size. Oh fuck man, I will not be there. Let me use j. Yeah, now cool. So current answer will be, that is 2i 2 into j minus n plus 1 long into value of x of I, x of j. Same thing will apply for this one, y. Okay, now I will create an answer long is equal to 0, and at each step I am inserting the answer that is equal to current answer. I will output the answer. Let me see. I think it is good. Let me erase this end comment. There is some issue. Oh, it's come out. Sorry, taking a long time. I thought there is some issue. I need to fix the issue. 238. Ouch, that's a problem. 362. Yeah, I need to fix this. Okay, let me see where the problem is. It is correct. 1 2 and j2, and I need for this color I and j. That is completely fine. I have c of y. I will create x and y. I will x dot push current of j first and second. In x first, j is second. I will short x and y. Now what I'm doing, I'm doing j plus plus, and that will be equal to 2j minus n plus 1. Wait, is this formula right? Yeah, it is. So I is equal to 0, n is equal to 5 plus 1 minus 4, and I will come by minus 4. Okay, so where is the problem? Oh yes, I got the problem. Current n will be the current dot size. I'm using the outer n, that's why it's the problem. I need to use the size of this. Yeah, here we go. I will show that this will work. What's happening? Okay, yeah, perfectly fine. So this is the third problem. What we are given is that, yeah, you are just given an array a1 to n consists of n integers. You are also given an integer value x. Let f of k be the maximum sum of a contiguous subarray of a. After applying the following operation, add x to the element on exactly k times, on k different positions. Okay, not k times. and empty subarray should be considered it has some 0. Okay, note that subarray does not have to include all of increased element. Okay, does not need to include. Calculate the maximum value f of k for all k. Okay. Oh yeah, n is small. Okay. So what we are just given? We are given a1 to n elements, and n is literally very small. That is 10 to the power 3000. Wait, how much? 5000. Okay, that's not a problem. It is very small. 5 in 10 to the power 3. So we can easily go with n square. In n square, we can easily do brute force. That's it. So the first observation is that you must be aware that answer will be the subarray, or I will say subarray. Like for every k, the answer will be a subarray. Okay, and subarray is of length 1 to n. Okay, so what I will do first of all, from brute force for using n square, I can easily find for each, like the maximum sum for each length. Like I will create a max, then I will, what is the maximum sum from for one length, for two length, what is the maximum sum of the subarray, because in n square I can easily find. Okay, I've used 2 for loop and easily find the maximum subarray for of the each length for up to n length. What is the maximum sum for 3 subarray of length 3? Similarly up to n, I can easily do that in n. Now I have to add. Okay, now let's say, now time to calculate the result. Okay, so how can I calculate the result? So I need now I'm just using a for loop. I will using a k is from 0 to n. Okay, for each k I need to, like, I will, in n square I have a, I can use a n square property. In n square I'll do for loop, one for loop for the this k, and in the other loop I will check for length is equal to 1, what is the maximum sum. Okay, for length is equal to what is the maximum sum, and for length is equal to 3, what is the maximum sum. Let's say for length is equal to 1, and let's say now k is 3, let's say k is 2. Okay, for 1 the maximum sum is 5, for length the maximum sum is 4, 8, and for 3 the maximum sum is, let's say, 9 for length 3. Okay, and so now I need to add for two different places, but now the I is, that is the length is 1, so I can only add 1, that is 2 into 1 times. Now length is 2, I can only add 2 to 2 different, like I will say, like I have a subarray from here to here and having the value 5 3, and the total sum will be 8. So I will need to add k is equal to, like, let's say x, sorry, I need to x at k different places. Okay, and is k is 2. I need to add two different places, so I will add these and these places. Okay, because it is already given, you can add k, exactly k distinct point. I can't add to same point. Okay, now if k is equal to 3, like 5 3 1, so I need to add two position. Okay, if I, it doesn't matter which position I'm adding to. So because the answer will be add by x into 2. Okay, if I'm adding this point or this point, it doesn't matter, the answer will increase by x into 2. So here I can observe that the answer will be, let's say, uh, the length of the current will be L. So I will add the sum plus min of the K or L into X. That will be the answer. and I will take out the maximum of this. So what I'm doing is that for every length, for every length, I am taking out the sum of every length, and I am adding the k number of time to the this sum. Then what will the answer? That's it. Simple brute force. Okay. Hope you understand this answer. Let me code. So what is the solution will be nx will be n comma nx. Oh shit. X. And we have a vector of int of an. Okay, yeah, vector of int of an. First of all, I will take all the c in a of I. Now I will create a vector of type n max sum of each length, and length will be from n minus 1. Now for I will use a for loop, or I will say it is a kind of a brute force, and j is equal to I for j is less than n and j plus plus. Okay, now I will say maximum will be j minus I plus 1 is equal to, okay, I will say int length is equal to j minus I plus 1. So how it come j minus I plus 1? Let me give a second and I will definitely let you know. Comma s. What is s? S I am using for current one. S plus a of j. So what I am saying is that, oh, where it is? Oh man. Okay, here we go. Like I have array of index, let's say 0 1 2 3 4. Now I'm using for loop for I from 0 to n, and j is from I to n. Okay, and in between of that I will create s of n. Let's say I is equal to this one. I is this one. So the sum will be at this position, at sum will be 1. So length will be, I mean it is starting a subarray from I and up to j. Okay, so length will be, and this s will be contain the sum from s I to j, and the length will be I j minus I plus 1. Let me calculate this. Like for this 3 minus 1 plus 1 is equal to length is 3. So length is 1 2 3. That's it. So let me back to the code. So now this will be give me the sum of all the lengths. Now let me go to the k value. This will is k value. Okay, now I have k, let's say int temp sum. Now it will be sum will be int max, int min. Okay. Now I will iterate for each of the length will be from 1 to n and I plus plus. So temps will be, what will be the sum now? Sum will be s of I. Okay, wait a minute. Max sum of this length. If it is good, I am using the s length. I am iterating over the length. Okay, length will be from the 1 to n. So of this length, what is the maximum sum of the subarray? This one, plus I will add minimum of this length comma k into x, and I need to find the maximum. Sum is equal to max of 10. That's it. Then see out sum. Here we go. I need so 10, 12, 5, 0, 10, 15. I got wrong answer 0, 4, 4, 5, and here I got 0, 5, 10, 15. Okay, min of length comma x, length comma k, and sum is equal to int min. I'll take out the max sum. This is completely fine. Let's say for this I am taking n comma x, 3, then n comma x, 3 comma 5, then a of I, then max will be max sum of n plus 1, length, that will be of length n. Okay, length will be from 1 to k. It is also, I will use the empty. This will be also good for if all the are minus -1, it will be good. Okay, like the empty array will be having some 0. If length is equal to 0, that means the array is empty, and max sum is also 0. Okay, j plus x plus j minus s, max sum. This looks like it is definitely correct, but it is not. Is one. Oh yeah, I got it. So I will take take out the maximum sum, and now I will add the different elements. Okay, sum will be minimum of k comma. No man, that is right. How can I add here? That is completely fine. I just fixed the k, and length will be from 1 to n. It is completely fine, maximum of length, and I will just okay. -2, -5, -1. -2, -5, -1. Let me see this example only. Okay. So what is the max of temp length, and what is the maximum of this length? For 0 is 0, for length 1 sum is 0. Ah yeah, I got it. Yeah, from here it say it is the maximum sum will be 0, but it is not. Yeah, now it's good. And max sum of empty array is 0. Yeah, here we go. Add up. Nice. 4, 6, yeah, 100% right. Now, yeah, this is the fourth problem. This is the last problem of the day. You and your friends are in Boba participate fortune telling. Fortune telling is performed as flows. There is a well-known person is okay. Well-known A of n non-negative integer from index 1 to n. The tally start with some non-negative number d and perform one of the two operation for each 1 to n, so that it is the increasing order. The possible is that we can replace the current value d with d plus ai, or replace their current number d with d with ai. Here is the source of this. Okay, now notice that the choosing operation may be different from different eyes for different tallies. Okay, so one time I decided to start with d is equal to x and Bob start with x plus 3. And then notice that the friends choose the independent of each other. They could apply different operation for the same eye. Okay, you learned either Alice or Bob will gonna win this. Will be end up with number 5, but it's not who was it. So given the number of I and Bob started x and given is y. Okay, find out who would get the number y after performing the operations. Okay, so we are just given Alice and Bob. So Alice start with value x and Bob start with value x plus 3. This is kind of very tricky problem, by the way. Very tricky problem. I like, yeah. So if you observe that, if then the if it is odd, the value of a is odd. Okay, no. Yeah, that's it. Say, if it is odd, then x plus 3 will be even. If it is even, then it is odd. So they are different, because there is only one way to find out this is the odd even. Okay, by the way, we can't even find out with the applying the math operation, we can't. Okay. So this is the value. So what is given, because n is quick large 10 to the power 5. If n is smaller, then it will apply like for each they have two choices, that will be 2 to the power k operations. In 2 to the power k time will be done. If k n is less than 15 or 20 17, 10 to the power 5, it will be okay, but n is 10 to the power 5. And we are applying two operations. What our operations are? We have operation one is adding. Let's say number is d, we add number ai. And another operation is we are using the XOR. So if you notice that XOR and sum are basically same. How this can be? If like let's say d is odd, and if say if I and ai is also odd, then this will become even. Okay, and if it is even and it is odd, only odd value will be change value. Okay, then it will become odd. Okay, so if it is odd, then it will change the value of d, change the parity of the d. If it is odd, then it will become even. If it is even, it will become odd. Similarly here also, if odd and ai is also odd, then XOR will become even. How it can be? Let's say then the last number to be power 0 1 for the odd will be 1 1, and 1 XOR 1 is always 0. Okay, then it will become even, so this will become 0. That means this is, let's say for example 5 XOR 3. 5 we can write 5 is 4 and 1, and 3 will be 2 and 1. So you must know that 1 XOR 1 is 1 0. Like same, if it is same, then XOR will be 0. If it is different, XOR will be 1. That is similar fashion, that is odd and even. If they are same, then it will become even. If it is different, that will become odd. It will become 0 1 1, that is will be 6. Okay, so if it is both are odd, then will become even. And if this is d is even and this is odd, then it will become odd. So you can see that both of these operations are same. So it doesn't matter which operation it is applying. So we just need to count the number of odds. Okay. Let's say X is allies start with even, then Bob is odd. And we found the result Y is even. Okay. Now the number of odd in the A is even. If it is even, then A will be after the applying all the operation, it has even value and it will be having the odd value. Similarly, if it is odd, then their value will be different. That I want to calculate. Yeah, simple problem. A tricky problem, I will say, not a simple. So let's code this problem. So what I have n x d, and I have to take, sorry, but I have n x y, sorry, and these are long, and I have a vector. Actually, I don't need vector. I will need a count of odd. So I will take 4 and I is equal to 0, I less than n, and I plus plus, then int current C, I will say C, and if C is odd, then, or I will say C remainder by 2 is equal to, if it is odd, then I will say odd, I will increase the odd. Now I will check if X remainder by 2 is equal to Y remainder by 2. That means if both are same, like both are odd or both are even. Okay. And if C is even, if number of odd is even, then allies will win. Why allies will win? I will give you an idea. Else C out, both will win. Because if they are same priority, means if this is even, this is even, this is odd, this is odd, means, and odd number is even, so mean the value didn't change. If it is odd, if this is like number of odd in the array is even, then the parity will be same, and X, who is taking the X is taking allies, then the answer will be allies. Like I want to say is that, like this even, if this is even, and let Y, I'm just taking out X and Y. Okay, if both are same, like both, okay, now when they will change the X or the matlab the parity will change odd even if this value is odd, if the number of odds in A is odd. Okay, like A is 3 and in the array we have two odds, then if this is like this is even, then this will definitely will be even. Okay, because odd plus odd will be even. But if it is even and odd are three odds, then the result will be odd. That's I want to say. If they are same priority, then allies will win, else the try will be win. Else you can do by this. If it is not, then the different will be happen. Okay, one bow. Ouch. If it is uh, if it is having one, that is one even, zero odd, and X and Y of same priority, then allies will win. Why allies is not winning? Okay, maybe this is the problem because double sign is having the high priority. No, this is not. Seven, like they are both are odd. Odd, odd. And number of odd in this also. Man, it must be lies, man. Yeah, what is happening? Oh shit, it is one, then it'll be odd. Yeah. Okay then, bye bye.